Hey Hygienists, welcome back to my channel for another video. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. I'm Kalesha and I am a registered dental hygienist. Be sure to hit that subscribe button to become a dental hygienist yourself and to contribute to the growth of this channel. So in today's video, I want to talk about the 3 different types of dental hygienists out there. And yes, I did say 3. Yes, you have to choose the type of dental hygienist you want to be. And what I mean by the type of dental hygienist you want to be is the way you want to work, the way you want to get paid. So there's a temporary, which is a floating dental hygienist, there's a production-based dental hygienist, and then there's a salary-based dental hygienist. So there are 3 different types that you can choose from, and I want to go over today what they are, the advantages and the disadvantages of each. But before we get going with today's video, I want to share a little history of mine as a dental hygienist throughout the 5 years that I've been working. I've been a temporary, a production-based, and a salary-based hygienist within 5 years. So I know the ins and outs of everyone. I know which one I prefer. I know which one I dislike the most, and I want to share all that with you today. And good news before we get going, I actually switched over to a production or commission-based hygienist in the last 2 months, and I absolutely love it. Y'all, I really been cheating myself for the last 4 years. Like, I have been cheating myself, but now I'm where the grass is greener and I'm gonna stay there, okay? So I want y'all to get the biggest buck for your bang, all right? We're gonna put it in reverse. I want y'all to get the biggest buck for your bang. So if you know the advantages and disadvantages of each type of hygienist, you can make a wise decision. So if that's you, if you wanna make the biggest buck for your bang, keep watching today's video. So the first type of dental hygienist I want to talk about is a temporary or a floating or traveling hygienist. This hygienist provides services in a wide range of different offices on a day-to-day basis, or in the sense of a travel hygienist on a contract or assignment type basis. This hygienist is usually classified as an independent contractor where you're paid on a day-to-day basis in some instances, but you're not a full-time employee. So you're on a 1099 when it comes to taxes. So you're definitely gonna wanna save some of your money, okay? Because you're getting it all up front and then you'll probably have to owe or pay in at the end of the year. So you wanna be smart if you're this type of hygienist and definitely save a chunk to go toward your taxes at the end. So the benefit of being a temporary dental hygienist is the flexibility and control over when you actually practice. So for an example, it's Sunday, the work week is coming up, and you only want to work Tuesday and Thursday. You can go into a Facebook group in your local area and find someone that needs a hygienist on Tuesday and Thursday. Only work those hours, let them know what your rate is, and that's what and how many hours you want to work. And if you all schedule and pay rate coincide and work together, boom, you have a gig for Tuesday and Thursday. So I absolutely love the flexibility and control over that because you get to choose where and when you want to work. Another benefit is a boost to your income. Again, you get to decide from office to office what you want to make, okay? Some offices are in dire need of a hygienist that day. You may wake up on a Tuesday early and you go on Facebook and you see an office needs a hygienist from 8 to 5 and they're in dire need. You can kind of charge them what you want, okay? Realistically now, don't run out, of course, but you can kind of charge them what you want. Just because it's short notice, bump in an extra $3 to $4 hourly, or add a salary plus commission. You know, it's a boost to your income. You let them know what you want to make. Another benefit of being a temp hygienist is the potential to gain a wealth of information and the potential to network. Think of it as a postgraduate internship where you're being paid to learn while you're providing care. It's like you get to experience so much in such a little time. You're going from office to office. You're working under doctor to doctor, different types of patients, different equipment, different systems that they run their office with. There's a wealth of information that you get to learn as you're floating from office to office. So in 1 year of being a temp hygienist, you may get 5 years worth of experience because of the wide range of offices and people that you have to work and interact and serve. You're also able to build a rapport in the dental community. People know, oh my God, Kalesha came to my office on a Tuesday. She racked up big bank. Like, my patients were talking about her. They wish she was their full-time hygienist. They'll tell their friend is trying to reach out to you, get you to come work some days at their office. That's how you network. That's how you get yourself out there in the dental community, and you have yourself in high demand, okay? Now, of course, there's a disadvantage, okay? And the disadvantage of being a temp hygienist is you don't know what you're walking into, okay? You have no idea what you're about to walk into prior to stepping foot in that office for the day. There may be broken instruments, short appointment times where you don't even have enough time to clean your patients, okay? There may be rude and unhelpful staff. I mean, the list can go on and on. The place may be nasty, the patients may be mean. You just have no idea what you're walking into. So it's almost like a blind date. Every time you go to work as a temp hygienist at a new office, it's like a blind date. You don't know what to expect till you get there, and you just gotta roll with it, okay? So that's the disadvantage. And that's kind of, for some, a disadvantage that'll just throw them completely out of the direction of being a temp hygienist. But again, take into consideration the type of life you want to live, the flexibility you need, so on and so forth, and make your decision based on that. So let's move right into the second type of dental hygienist there is. The second and most common type dental hygienist there is salary-based hygienist. This hygienist has a daily or hourly rate. So this is a fixed regular payment with the exception of bonuses, you know, that you may get periodically. So the benefit of having a salary is you know exactly what you're gonna make, okay? If you're on a daily rate of say $300 a day, no matter if you go in at 8 and leave at 5, or go in at 8 and leave at 3, you have made $300 that day. It does not matter. You have a daily rate. That's how I began. I started off with a daily rate, moved into temporary, and then went back to daily, then went to hourly, and then now I'm at production. But I'm getting ahead of myself. But again, a daily rate is you have a set payment that you're going to receive that day. No matter if you see patients throughout the whole day or not, if you leave early, it doesn't matter. You get your daily rate. Also, there's an hourly rate, which means you punch in and you punch out, and you get paid based on hourly. So it's kind of the standard job that we have, minimum wage or so, or your fee, of course, may be a lot higher than minimum wage depending on where you are. But say you make $27 an hour if you work $25 an hour. If you work 4 hours a day, you make $100, you know. So that's that. Now this is good for young adults that have trouble budgeting or have a lot of responsibilities, and they need to know what they're gonna make, okay? I need to know what I'm bringing in at the end of the month, no questions asked. Salary is gonna be for you, okay? Salary is gonna be for you, and it may be the daily rate, because hourly even will change. Now, if you say, I'm gonna stay at work every single day from 8 to 5, then you can kind of gauge what you're gonna make based on your hourly rate. But of course, when you're clocking in and out for lunch, if you don't push the button at the same minute that you clicked out, it can affect your pay, you know? So definitely take all that into consideration. Another advantage of having a daily or hourly rate is you don't have to worry much about your patient load. Like I mentioned earlier, whether you have a patient or not, you still got paid. So I mean, you don't have to worry about if a patient falls off, or if someone doesn't come in, yada yada yada. You don't have to worry about having your book completely full, because whether a patient's in your chair or not, you got paid. So the disadvantage of this is it increases your chances of becoming a lax or lazy hygienist, because your pay is not tied to your production. You can become very routine and lazy, unproductive, you know. You can kind of just be, you can find yourself super happy when a patient falls off because you're tired anyway, which, don't get me wrong, I mean, sometimes that's the case, all right? I'm like, it don't matter, I ain't make no money right then because I need a break. And sometimes you end up falling into a routine where you're just scaling, polishing, flossing, getting them out the chair. You're not talking to them about sealants or fluoride and things of such, because the second disadvantage, you have a baseline pay no matter what services are rendered. Whereas if each service you rendered, you got a percentage of, you are more likely to render that service, you know? So you always want to make sure you're giving the top quality care. Anything that you think your patient could benefit from, whether you get paid or not, do it. So that brings me right into the third type of dental hygienist. So the third and final type of dental hygienist I want to talk about, and what I have currently been for the last 2 months, okay, is a production or commission-based hygienist. So this type of hygienist makes money based on the services rendered. So the pay matches directly with the actual work provided. Almost like a car salesman. You go out there, you sell a car, you get some commission, you get a percentage of that. So an example, as a hygienist, if I clean teeth and it's $30 and I make 10%, I made $3. Now that's never the case. Usually it's about 30 to 40% of each service, but just giving you an example, that was some easy math that I can actually do. But yes, you get a percentage of each service rendered. Say you did a cleaning, you did fluoride, you did 2 sealants. So your pay during that 1 hour can go anywhere from 30 bucks up to, I mean, the sky's the limit based on what you do, okay? So you really put a cap on what you can make in that hour and in that day. And of course your patients, because they get the right to say yes or no. A benefit of being paid a commission is it promotes productivity. You're gonna wanna have patients in your chair. You're gonna wanna increase your sales because money is a motivator, okay? The more you do, the more you make. And that's another advantage, that there's no max on the potential that you can make in a day. Now, a huge disadvantage of being paid on commission is no patient, no money, okay? So you're not gonna be happy when a patient falls off your book. You're gonna be hustling, trying to refill that spot, because if you don't have a patient in the chair, you're not making any money. You came to work that day and each one of your patients fell off at every hour when they were due. You came to work that day for nothing, okay? Of course, you probably got some stuff done while you were there, but you didn't make no money. You didn't make any money that day. So that is a huge risk and a huge no-no for some people. And honestly, that's what kept me away from it for so long. I'm like, if I ain't got a patient in the chair, I didn't make any money. But truth of the matter is, say you had an 8 o'clock patient where you did a whole lot of stuff and you ranked up $300 in that 1 hour. That's gonna make up for if your whole afternoon doesn't come, almost. You know what I'm saying? So one bad day and one good day, that good day is gonna far outweigh that bad day. And that 1 hour that you did have a patient is gonna outweigh that hour that you did, you know? So it's a great balance. And quite honestly, even though I've had cancellations and things happen, I have yet to have a day where I didn't produce more than my hourly rate when I was on salary. And I've had the same amount of cancellations, I feel like, and I've made more each pay period than I did on a salary. Another disadvantage of being commission-based is potential for greed. Okay, again, money is a motivator, and you may find yourself doing all kind of stuff on your patients just because you get a profit. But you always want to put your patients' needs above the dollar, okay? You don't want to just be selling things to your patient that you know they don't need or that they wouldn't benefit from just because it puts a dollar in your pocket. You want to be a hygienist that has integrity, okay, and puts the needs of her patients first and not her own. So that concludes today's video on the difference between a temp, production, and salary-based dental hygienist and the advantages and disadvantages of each. But before we go, I want to hear from you in the comment section. Let me know down below whether you are a temporary hygienist, whether you're paid on a commission or salary based, or if you're not a hygienist yet and you're trying to decide, or you just graduated, let me know which one you think best suits you. I hope you have found this video helpful. Be sure to let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. Be sure to hit the subscribe button right next to it and the bell so that you're notified on my next upload. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, Hygienists.